your mobile devices with our new app. Just go to the Next Store and download the application app. ROSports.com and listen to the game on the go. Tom DeMay is on the call for today's game. You can watch today's game live on your iPhone and your computer at LegacySportsNetwork.com.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Mumford High School, the Cotton Palace. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Cotton Palace here in Mumford, Texas. Game 2 of this 4th round playoff series. It's the Region 2 semifinals. The Rockwall Yellow Jackets, led by Coach Jeff Payne, 32-7 on the season. They're the home team today, and the visiting team, Klein Tigers, led by head coach Miguel Carlos. They are 28-10. The man on the bump for the Yellow Jackets is Alec Weiss. On the season, he's thrown 59 2/3 innings. He has a 6-1 record, has 76 strikeouts in those 59 2/3 innings, and he has a 1.41 ERA. These guys are 3 deep, no question about it. Here in the postseason, Weiss is 1-0 with a 1.70 ERA in 12 1/3 innings. Has been struggling with his control, though, here in the playoffs, and it shows right there. First pitch nowhere near the zone. Leading off for the Tigers is the shortstop, Jacob Rodriguez. J-Rod was 2 for 3 with a double last night. That one's upstairs as well, 2-0 for the leadoff man, J-Rod. Jackets took last night's ball game in 5 innings with 13-2 final score. That one's way outside on the fastball, 3-0. There you see J-Rod's postseason numbers. Struggling a little bit. Like I said, though, 2 for 3 last night, so maybe he's trying to turn the corner there. 3-1 the count now. Got a hitter's count. You know, Weiss doesn't want to walk the leadoff man. Let's see what he can do here. He does, way outside, ball 4. After that 13-2 beatdown in 5 innings, you certainly could not do any worse if you're the Tigers. That's for sure. You got to drop that one out of your mind. Should have dropped it as soon as that ball game was over. Just focus on winning 2 today if you're the Tigers. Second baseman Austin Finnegan, 360 in the playoffs. He was 0 for 1 though last night, had 2 walks. Weiss looks at the runner. You see that weird setup there by the righty. That changeup is upstairs, ball 1. That left foot, the front foot is leaning towards that first baseline. Real open stance, puts a bunt down, does Finnegan. Third baseman scoops it up, fires over to first. Good play defensively. By the third baseman, Brad Barnett. Finnegan probably put a little bit too much on that one. He's so speedy. If he had maybe tried to deaden it a little bit more, he might have been at first. But he does his job, gets the runner over. So Rodriguez at second base now after the sac bunt. And that will bring up third baseman Jake Jarvis. Ball 1 to Jarvis. Weiss really struggling with the zone here. I mentioned that just before the ball game. Here in the postseason, he's pitched 12 1/3 innings and has given up 13 walks. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Jarvis. Upstairs, ball 2. Jarvis was 1 for 3 last night. Catcher Garrett Moon walking out, and now looks like his pitching coach will as well. Have a quick word here early on in the ball game. Well, we got a scoring update for you, and that scoring update is brought to you by Rise, the Rockwall Indoor Sports Expo. The winner of this series will move on, it looks like, to play the Woodlands. They beat Plano West last night 8-1, already up 5-0 over at Georgetown East. That's in the top of the 4th inning. Boy, the Woodlands wins today. They're going to move on to 34-3 record. 2 of those losses coming to top 10 teams in the nation. Out of state, Matter Die. And the other team eludes me right now, a team out of Florida. Their only loss to a team from the state of Texas is district foe College Park. There's a chopper. Third baseman Barnett has it. Nice easy toss to first. Gets Jarvis out and does not move the runner over. So Helms now at the plate, the lefty. Helms was 0 for 2 yesterday. Had an RBI and a walk. Jacob Rodriguez still stuck at second. There's a pitch from Weiss. Good looking breaking ball. Hit that outside corner for a called strike. Helms checks the swing there. They appeal. Yep, he checked it. I'll even it up at 1-1. Moving over to Region 3, Cy Ranch, defending state champion. Had a 20-game playoff win streak. Snapped 2 consecutive wins by the Fort Bend Dulles team. 2-1 the count now to Helms. So Dulles moves on to the regional championship of Region 3. They're going to face the winner of Jersey Village. My mind's gone blank here. Jersey Village and Pearland. That ball game has a 2 p.m. start time. Breaking balls left up high. 3-1 the count to Helms now. So Dulles beat Cy Ranch 6-1, 6-5. Jersey Village won game 1, 2-1. Pearland won game 2 last night, 10-0 in 5 innings. Weiss looks at the runner, kicks and delivers. That's down low, ball 4. That's going to bring up the left-handed first baseman, Mikey Tanner. Tanner last night was 0 for 3. Well, before that 0 for ball game, had been red hot here in the playoffs. First pitch, strike called, inside part of the plate there. Here's the 0-1. Now it looked a bit low. I'll even it up for Tanner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Top of the first inning here, game 2. Try to get another backdoor call there, but it didn't break quite enough to get in the zone. Tanner fouls that pitch off, you see. Two balls, two strikes. The count to Tanner. Here's the pitch from Weiss. Fouled again. There's the 2-2 pitch again, just barely outside. Full count now for Tanner. Looking over to Region 1, South Lake Carroll was playing Flower Mound Marcus. Carroll won game 1 5-2. Game 2 got suspended. I think Carroll was leading 2-1. That one's going to resume later on today. And then game 3 will be following. Arlington Martin beat LD Bell 9-0 in game 1. Game 2 got canceled last night, so they'll play game 2 tonight, 6 p.m., and game 3 if needed following. Here's the full count payoff pitch, fouled off again. Tanner just staying alive. Both runners were, of course, moving on the pitch. Payoff pitch number 2 upcoming from Weiss. Ball 4, walked him, too low. The third walk of the ball game for Weiss. Nick Carney, that's probably the man you want up right now. If you're the Tigers, he was 1 for 2 last night with a triple. Fastball on the outside part, called strike 1. Weiss trying to get out of this bases loaded jam. Here's the 0-1. Home plate umpire said Carney went around. So a quick 0-2 hole here. See what Weiss can come up with. That one fouled off by Nick, the center fielder. Carney in the playoffs is hitting .350. Has 6 RBIs, 2 home runs. 0-2 count here. Ball hit up in the air. Should be an easy play for Coleman, the center fielder. And it is for the 3rd out of the inning, and Weiss gets out of a big jam right there. When we come back, it'll be bottom of the 1st inning here on the Legacy Sports Network. Game 2, 0-0, Klein Collins, Rockwall.
Busy in here.
Yeah. Progressive Mobile is really catching on. People can do it all. Get a close, buy, and manage their policies. It's great.
Well, what's with the music? Dude, getting a car insurance quote, I'll let it go to voicemail. Staying on vibrate.
It'll pass.
Our giant store on your little phone. That's Progressive Mobile.
Fate had reunited twins Chris and Cliff Paul, and they quickly made up for lost time. As brothers will do, they began trading tales of their greatest assists. For every amazing feat Chris shared, Cliff matched it with something just as extraordinary. A story only someone born with a gift for assisting could possibly tell.
Cliff, we need you.
Affirmative.
Even when Cliff seemed to outdo himself, he'd immediately describe yet another astonishing tale. And before long, the brothers realized that they'd not only discovered their equal, they'd also inspired a competition that had only just begun. No matter whose side you choose, you can't deny the power of an assist. Find an agent born to get you to a better state.
Back here on the Legacy Sports Network, bottom half of the first inning, 0-0 the score here in game 2. That fastball inside on Brad Barnett for ball 1. On the bump for the Tigers is number 5, the righty senior Lance Moskowitz. Mosky, as they call him, strike called there. On the season, Mosky has thrown 36 innings, 4-2 record, 3.11 ERA, 42 strikeouts in those 36 innings. There you see Barnett's playoff numbers. Moskowitz playoff numbers. Had one bad outing and that inflated that ERA, and he's been trying to drop it back down ever since. Swung on and missed there. He doesn't throw hard, but his breaking stuff is nasty. He's got a curve, a slider, great changeup. You saw the movement right there on it. Not quite in there. 3-2 the count for leadoff man Barnett now. And he gets the strikeout there. That'll bring up left fielder Cole Blue. Cole was 2 for 4 last night with a double and 2 RBIs. So you add that to those totals, and first pitch is outside on the fastball. Here's the 1-0. Swung on and missed. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Inside part of the plate. Strike 2. There's the 1-2 pitch to Blue. Breaking ball stayed too far outside. That will even it up at 2-2. As the train passes, you can hear it there. Swung on and missed, and another strikeout for Mosky. In the Houston area, there's a Tasso tournament put on by the sports officials in the Houston area, and all kinds of teams from around the area enter that. 64 teams, and Lance Moskowitz was the MVP of that tournament, going 4-0. Before finally losing to Fort Bend Dulles in extra innings of that championship game. Kendall Coleman, the 6'4", 200-pound senior, going to University of Iowa. Takes that fastball upstairs. 2-1 now. Coleman last night was 0 for 1 with 3 walks and 3 runs scored. Here's the 2-1. Little bit too low. (3-1) to Coleman. Had to give him something to hit, and Coleman ripped that one, but that's exactly what you want. That's when you want Coleman to get that hit, is with 2 outs and nobody on if you're the Tigers. And that's why you don't want to fall behind these jacket hitters here, because if you do, you're going to have to give them something to hit, and they proved yesterday you throw the ball down the middle, they'll mash it. DH Carson Childers. He was pretty good last night as he fouls that one off. Last night, game 1, 4 for 4, 2 doubles, 2 singles, and 5 RBI. Now wide open stance. Ball right up the middle. J-Rod dives for it, can't get to it, and gets into center field for a base hit. Looked like a slow roller, but J-Rod just wasn't in the correct position to make that play there. I think it hit that turf and picked up a little bit of speed. That'll bring up catcher Garrett Moon. 0 for 2 yesterday. Had an RBI though, and was hit by a pitch twice. There you see his playoff numbers. He's finding a way to get on base. Fastball upstairs and outside. 1-0 to Moon. Must have been just a little bit low right there on the fastball. 2-0 the count to Moon. Now one hit back and out of play. See that Rockwall dugout there? Went right over that. 2-1 the count to Moon. Coleman on second, Childers on first. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Fouls this one out of play as well. There's the 2-2 offering. Looked like that slider went a little bit too far outside. Full count to Moon. Mosky gets the sign. Steps off the rubber. There's the payoff pitch. Both runners going. Ball 4 outside. So both pitchers having bases loaded here in the first inning. Mosky struck the first 2 guys out. Next 3 reached. So Case and Adams, lefty first baseman, 1 for 3 last night with a hit by pitch. There's a chopper. Mosky has it. Nice easy throw over to Tanner at first. And both pitchers get out of a bases loaded jam. After 1 full inning of play here in game 2, it's Klein Collins 0, Rockwall 0 here on the Legacy Sports Network.
Hooray for mornings and things that make them good. Hooray for beaming smiles that make my day. Hooray for stops and goes. Hooray for colors and quick hellos. Hooray for surprises that walk my way. Hooray for friends I'll make. Oh hey, hey. Hooray for treats that make me smile, like magic stripes that fill the sky. Hooray for for days that make me say, oh hooray for today.
There you see Alex Weiss's numbers. And the playoffs. See those 13 walks, and just added 3 more. So 16 in those 13 in the third innings pitched. Ball 1 right there to the leadoff man, designated hitter Tristan Sanders. Sanders was 1 for 2 last night with an RBI. Fastball on the outside part of the plate. Seems like he's calling that. A little bit generous on the outside part. 5 RBI in the playoffs for Sanders. Here's the 1-1 from Weiss. Strike called on the breaking pitch. Two balls, 2 strikes, the count to Sanders. Here's the pitch from Weiss. Inside, 3-2. Full count for the DH Sanders. Trying to lead off the second inning here. Payoff pitch from Weiss. There's a chopper, fair ball. Barnett makes the long throw and gets Sanders out at first. Barnett's got a lot of action over there so far in the hot corner. I'll bring up catcher Jared Huber. Jared was 0 for 1 with a walk last night. Has had a big offensive postseason though so far. Can't check a swing there. Yeah, there you see the numbers, 409 in the playoffs. With that home run coming against Cedar Ridge back in the second round. Good looking breaking ball from Weiss. In there for a called strike 2. Jared watches that one down low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the second inning. Here in game 2, Rockwall leads the series 1-0. That one outside, 2-2. And when the catcher is up to bat, you, as a home plate umpire, you got to be careful. That catcher is seeing everything that you call on the other side. Got to stay consistent. There's the 2-2, outside, 3-2. Nice job by Huber to work this count full. And yet another payoff pitch from Weiss. Slap down that first base line, foul. Huber a tad late on that one. Here 3-2 outside, ball 4. Fourth walk of the ball game for Weiss, but it has yet to hurt him. We'll have the courtesy runner for the catcher That's senior number 4, Kyle Saul. That will bring up number 15, sophomore left fielder Joel Rodriguez, and this kid's just a great story. Started the season off on JV. There was an injury during the year, so they brought up Joel Rodriguez, and he's shown why. And then Kearney came back from injury, and they just inserted Rodriguez into the lineup, and you see right there, even in the playoffs, he's just continued his hot streak, hitting 400. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Rodriguez, Joel Rodriguez that is, likes to slap that ball to the other side if you pitch him outside. Very, very good hitter, especially at going oppo. On the season, hit .397 with a .453 OBP, 15 RBIs. Checks a swing there. Oh, wow. Umpire first base said he went, but let's be honest about it, he did not go. 1-2 the count for Rodriguez. Here's the pitch from Vice, outside. Tried to get him to chase that again. Evens it up at 2-2. Saul with the lead at first. Not too big. Big secondary lead. And he got Joel Rodriguez trying to climb the ladder on that fastball. He could not catch up to it. Just blew it right by him. That's the first strikeout for Vice on the afternoon. And now his brother, fellow sophomore, Jacob Rodriguez at the plate. First pitch, called a strike. Well, he's been consistent, so as a hitter, you know the umpire is going to call that outside part of the plate a strike, so you've got to make your adjustments. Don't be surprised when it happens over and over again. And if I were Vice, I'd continue to get as many calls on that outside part as possible. 1-1 the count. Here's the 2-out pitch. Swung on and missed by J-Rod. 1-2 now. Saul doesn't really have a big lead over there. There's the 1-2. He's going. Swung on and missed. It's a second strikeout for Vice. And that runner is stranded at first. When we come back, it'll be bottom of the second inning. Game 2 here on Legacy Sports Network. Still knotted up at zeros. Klein, Collins, and Rockwall.
The time is now for live video highlights of your school's march to excellence.
News sets up inside of the pitch. High fly to left. It's up, it's deep, and it's going to be gone!
Legacy Sports Network brings you high-quality HD video broadcasted by the best in the business.
Handoff, Adam Taylor lunges to the end zone, touchdown!
This is one of the most exciting things.
With all the runs, hits, scores, and more, we're building a legacy one game at a time.
I appreciate it, Gerald. You guys at Legacy do an unbelievable job.
Join us on pay-per-view or video live streaming your favorite high school and college athletics at LegacySportsNetwork.com.
Legacy Sports Network is going to be bringing this presentation to your home.
Here on the Legacy Sports Network, Bottom half of the second inning, 0-0. Rockwall leads the series 1-0. Here's the pitch from Moski. Tried to square around and bunt that, did the right fielder Lutzel. Lutzel yesterday was 1 for 4, but it was a pretty big hit. It was a 3 RBI double. A little bit too far outside on that one. We'll even it up at 1-1. Time called. Hard hit ball right up the middle, and it gets into center field for a base hit. So now with that runner on first here in the second, nobody out. Now we'll bring up shortstop Dustin Angel. Angel was 2 for 3 last night. Had a RBI and a double. 1 run scored. Good breaking ball. Whoa. Looked like a strike. Called ball 1. Got a pretty good angle from right here. We're directly behind home plate. There's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. 1-1 now. Kind of wondering with no outs if Angel was going to try to bunt him over, but didn't look like it right there. Now he squares around. The snapback throw is going to get Lutzel in a jam here. Tanner over to J-Rod. Now they got him in a pickle. Somebody's got to back up Finnegan there. Luckily, it was a good throw to Finnegan, who was on first base. But had that throw gone away, that would have gone all the way to the dugout. Someone's got to come in and back that up, either the right fielder or the catcher, or even the pitcher possibly. That ball's lifted up in the air. Carney doesn't see it. Now he does. And he catches it for the second out of the inning. Great defensive play by Jarrett Huber on that snapback throw. Seeing Lutzel was way off the bag because he thought Angel was going to be able to get the bunt down. When Angel didn't make contact, that kind of left Lutzel stuck out there in no man's land. Strike called on the outside part. That's where you see the ump being consistent, calling that outside pitch a strike. Same exact location, and good job by Skylar Bean. He knew he had to swing, but he just couldn't hit it. 0-2. Time is called. Right in the middle of Moskowitz's wind up there. There you see Bean's playoff numbers. Last night he was 1 for 3. 2 strikeouts. That one way outside. 1-2. That ball lifted up in the air. Jake Jarvis giving chase over there by the Rockwall coach. And he catches the ball for the third out of the inning. So after 2 full innings, zeros up on the board. Rockwall Klein Collins game 2 here on the Legacy Sports Network.
Fate had reunited twins Chris and Cliff Paul, and they quickly made up for lost time. As brothers will do, they began trading tales of their greatest assists. For every amazing feat Chris shared, Cliff matched it with something just as extraordinary. A story only someone born with a gift for assisting could possibly tell. Even when Cliff seemed to outdo himself, he'd immediately describe yet another astonishing tale. And before long, the brothers realized that they'd not only discovered their equal, they'd also inspired a competition that had only just begun. No matter whose side you choose, you can't deny the power of an assist. Find an agent born to get you to a better state.
Back here at the Cotton Palace in Mumford. Top of the third inning. Second baseman Austin Finnegan takes that one upstairs. There you see 0-0 the score. Here in game 2, Rockwall won game 1, 13-2 in 5 innings. Alex Weiss inside. 2-0. Looking at the radar, it definitely looks like it's coming. See if we can avoid it like we did yesterday. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Inside part of the plate, called a strike. Woodlands leading 8-0 now over Plano West in the top of the 6th. 1 inning away from ending that series. There's a ball hit on the ground. Shortstop has it. Fires it over to first in time for the out. And that was just an angel showing off the arm. Third baseman Jake Jarvis now at the plate. He grounded out to Barnett, the third baseman, back in the first inning. Here's the first pitch from Weiss. Outside. 1-0. Looked like an off-speed pitch, just kind of hung upstairs. 2-0 the count for Jarvis now. Offering. There's a strike, fastball now to outside part, knee high. 2-1. That one lifted up into right center field. And Lutzel out there in right is going to make the easy play for out number 2. That will bring up right fielder Jason Helms. There you see his playoff numbers hitting. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Jared Huber's numbers. We'll get Jason's here for you in a second. That ball is ripped down that third base line opposite field. That is going to be an easy stand-up double for Jason Helms. Mr. May, they call him. Those clutch spots here in the postseason, he just always seems to come up with base hits, extra base hits at that. That'll bring up Mikey Tanner. Trying to continue a 2-out rally here. Good looking breaking ball. Called strike 1 on Tanner. Oh boy, good looking pitch again. Tried a backdoor strike there. Weiss gets his grip. Now he brings it. That one's a strike right across the plate. One-two, the count for Tanner. Tanner walked in the first inning. Takes that outside pitch foul. Count remains 1-2. There's the pitch from Vice. Nope, time's called. Did he balk? Yep, he did. Yep, balk is called on Vice. So Helms is awarded third. But there's 2 outs, so Tanner needs a base hit regardless. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Doesn't break. Stays up high, 2-2. That fastball down below the knees. Full count for Tanner now. Just telling you how hot Helms was. Getting 385 in the playoffs. Slugging 769. On base plus slugging 1.253. He's hot. Here's a payoff pitch from Vice to Tanner. There's a chopper. Should be an easy play for the second baseman, and Tanner looks like he's hurt. Not even continuing running down the line there. Not sure what happened, holding his face, it looks like. Maybe his eye. Maybe he got something in his eye, or he wasn't hit by anything. See the trainer Mar there checking out his eye, putting in some drops, maybe a contact issue or something, I don't know. But regardless, that's the third out of the inning. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, bottom of the third, game 2 here on the Legacy Sports Network, still 0-0.
Agent said she helps people. What do you do?
I play football.
That's not a job.
Well.
Did you save my dad hundreds with the discount double check?
No, but I was MVP last year.
Mr. Hubble says trophies are for people with self-esteem issues.
Who's Mr. Hubble?
That's Rod Hubble.
No, it is not.
For savings, we're best in class.
Hey, Roger! Discount double check!
Get to a better state. State Farm.
Here we go, back on the Legacy Sports Network. Bottom half of the third inning. Lance Moskowitz still on the hill for the Tigers. Trying to get Collins a win here and force a game 3. Leadoff man Brad Barnett will start off the top of the bottom half of the third inning here for the Jackets. He's 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. Good movement on the pitch by Mosky. He's got him 0-1. That's what Moskowitz has to do. Got to throw that first pitch strike. There's a ground ball right up the middle. Jacob Rodriguez has it over to first in time for the out. Looks like Tanner's issue was fixed as he catches that ball at first base. Cole Ballou now, the left fielder. He struck out as well. He's 0 for 1. Fouls off that inside pitch. 0-1 count to Blue. Fastball inside part, strike two. Moskey looks like he's really hammering that inside corner of the plate to those lefties. Had a lot of movement on that one, but too far outside. 1-2. The count to Blue. There's a ground ball. Seeing eye single gets by Finnegan and into right field for a base hit. And that will bring up the dangerous center fielder, Kendall Coleman. Coleman on the season hit .404. 31 RBIs in 36 ball games. 4 home runs. Got a .526 on base percentage. That's a close pitch, just barely missing, 1-0. Moskey needs those close pitches to be called. The 1-0, breaking ball hit on the ground. Right to where the shortstop Rodriguez would have been, but on the pitch he broke to second. And that's another single for the Jackets. Runners on first and second with only 1 out. Blues on second, Coleman's on first. DH, Carson Childers at the plate. It's getting ridiculous now. Childers is 5 for 5 here in this series. Time is called. First and third baseman playing in. Tanner, the first baseman, is at the grass level. Strike called on the outside part. Third baseman Jake Jarvis is about even with the bag at third. Finnegan and J-Rod. Pretty much double play depth. Fastball a bit low. There's the 1-1. Hit on the ground and another base hit. They're going to try to score Blue. There's not even a throw to the plate. Another RBI hit for Childers. 6 for 6 in the series. Just went the other way with it. Looks like there's going to be a pinch runner in for Childers. Can't tell what number that is at first. Looks like it might be Tyler Ballinger, number 14. Try to get a closer look here in a minute. There's the pitch, squared around to bunt. Strike called. 0-1. Long series of signs being given by Jeff Payne, the head coach. There you see Coleman at third. That pitch too far outside, 1-1. Moon walked back in the first inning. There's a chopper. Jarvis misplays it, tries to tag Coleman. He's able to fire it to first, though, in time to get the out there. Coleman did a nice job to get back to third in time. So the 5-3 put out is the second out of the inning. That's going to bring up Kason Adams, the first baseman. He grounded out to Mosky, the pitcher, to end the first inning. Fouls that one off. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Moskowitz. Strike called on the breaking ball. Carter Hope looks like he's going to be the winner for the Woodlands, going 6 innings, allowing 3 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 9 strikeout. And Juritzos is in there trying to finish the ball game off. Here's the 0-2, strike called. Adams thought it was way inside. But it's another punch out for Moskowitz, but the damage was done on the RBI single by Childers. And that inning's brought to you by the Rockwall Indoor Sports Expo. See their baseball camp coming up June 10th through June 13th. Contact Coach Adam Wall. There you see their facility layout. Lots of fields. There's their softball field. Those dates again, June 10th through June 13th, 972-772-9061, or visit the website www.riserockwall.com. Kindergarten all the way through 12th grade. Baseball camp at Rise. So Rockwall has a 1-0 lead here in game 2, and they lead the series 1-0 as well. Alec Weiss still on the hill. There you see Coach Griff talking to the home plate umpire. I don't think he fully agrees with the balls and strikes being called so far. Nick Carney, the center fielder, will lead off the top of the 4th inning. That is hit right up the middle off the foot of Weiss and into left field. That was a sharply hit ball by Nick Carney. And he is on board with the leadoff single. Wow, surprised Weiss doesn't even want to get looked at by the trainer. He says, no, go back. I'm okay. I'll bring up the DH, Tristan Sanders. Good looking breaking ball to Sanders there on the inside part, 0-1. Swung on and missed. Tristan was out in front of that off-speed pitch from Weiss. He's in an 0-2 hole. Sanders grounded out to the third baseman in the 2nd inning. 1 for 2 last night with an RBI. 0-2 the count here. Able to get a piece of that one, fouling it off, staying alive. Count remains 0-2. Carney does have some speed here at first base. I don't think you do anything here, though, with an 0-2 count. Right back up the middle, and good thing Weiss does not get a glove on it, as he almost did, just inches away. That was a tailor-made double play right to the second baseman, Skylar Bean. If Weiss had touched it, though, and it glanced off his glove at all, that could have been trouble for Rockwall. Instead, it's a double play. So nobody on, 2 outs for the catcher, Jared Huber. Weiss just cruising along here. Takes that fastball outside. Struggled in the first, but has really settled down since. There's a chopper. Barnett chasing it down, making the throw near the pitcher's mound. And it's another ground out to the third baseman. 1-2-3 inning it turned out to be. When we come back, bottom of the fourth, Rockwall leading it 1-0 here in Game 2 on the Legacy Sports Network.
When's the last time you talked to your banker? With Allegiance Bank Texas, you're never taken for granted. Locally owned, the Allegiance Bank team brings vast experience and commitment to your success by providing you, the business owner, with access to a decision maker today or sooner. Call Allegiance Bank Texas, 281-894-3200, or log on to allegiancebanktexas.com. Allegiance Bank Texas, pledging our allegiance to you.
If safety is your goal, Fabenco is your gate. Fabenco, the world's leading manufacturer of self-closing safety gates.
Bottom of the fourth inning here in Mumford, Game 2 of this Region 2 semifinal game. The winner will move on to face the Woodlands. There's the pitch from Moskowitz. Looks like he got a piece of it and fouled it off. Did the right fielder Nick Lutzel. He's 1 for 1 today with a single. No, it went straight down, then came back up and hit Lutzel, it looked like. He's in an 0-2 hole. One ball, 2 strikes. There's a chopper, Jarvis giving chase, fields it, fires to first, not in time. Boy, that was a tough play. It was just a slow roller, and that was not going to go foul, so you had to try to pick it up. So it's an infield single for Lutzel. I'll bring up Angel, the shortstop now. He flew out to Carney, the center fielder, in the second inning. Angels squared around a bunt. Jake Jarvis comes crashing in down that third base line. Angel squares around a bunt, lays it down the first base line. Moskowitz has it. Probably could have made a play to second, but when in doubt, get the outs. Didn't even look at second, just went straight to first. So nice job by Angel on the sac bunt. That moves Lutzel over to second. Skylar Bean popped up in foul territory to Jarvis. Fastball in the outside part, called strike one. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That hit the roof flush. Oh-2 the count for Bean. There's the pitch by Moskowitz. Too far outside that time. That one low and away. That will even it back up. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Bean. Moskowitz kicks, delivers low again. 3-2. Payoff pitch hit on the ground. Jarvis fields it, looks at second, throws one. Nice scoop by Tanner, as that throw was short hopped across the diamond. Two outs in the inning now. That will bring up the leadoff man, third baseman Brad Barnett. He's 0 for 2 today. Has a runner in scoring position though here with 2 outs, trying to extend that Jacket lead. That one too far inside to Barnett, 1-0. '65th pitch upcoming for Moskowitz. Vice is at 72. That one just barely missing on the inside. Upstairs, 3-0. You know, he's got the red light, so fastball down the middle. There it is, inside, 4-0. Walked him. That'll bring up left fielder Cole Ballou. He's 1 for 2 today. Too far inside, 1-0. And that's going to bring out pitching coach, Coach Griffin. walking out to have a quick word with Moskowitz and his battery mate, Jared Huber, the catcher. Two outs in the inning. Runners on first and second, though, for the Jackets. 1-0 the count to Blue. Swung on and hit straight back right off that brick wall. Bounces all the way back into fair play. One and one. That ball's lifted up in the air. Jason Helms, the right fielder, is going to make the play for the third out of the inning. After 4 full innings of play here, game 2 on the Legacy Sports Network. Rockwall leading the series 1-0, leading the game 1-0.
Everywhere with me, so I won't go anywhere that's not spotless. So when my SUV needs a wash, you'll find me at Bubbles. Not only does Bubbles keep my car looking good, they're committed to making me as comfortable as possible. And that means keeping their lobby as clean as my car.
If you're looking for the best selection of crawfish on this side of Louisiana, the Louisiana Crawfish Hut is the place to go. Our seafood selection will make you go home completely satisfied with our dishes, such as our oyster louie and hut platter, not to mention desserts that will cure your sweet tooth craving. The Louisiana Crawfish Hut offers any type of atmosphere you're looking for, whether day or night, 7 days a week with the best service you will find around. Come in and watch your favorite team on any of our 16 TVs. The Louisiana Crawfish Hut, located off Highway 90 in Crosby, offering the best that Louisiana has to offer here in Texas.
Top of the 5th inning. Outside pitch, called strike to the left fielder, Joel Rodriguez. Breaking ball catching the outside part there. Good pitch from Weiss. Joel Rodriguez in an 0-2 hole. That ball is ripped off the shortstop's glove. That's Dustin Angel, no question. That's going to be an error right there on Angel. So Joel Rodriguez leads off the top of the 5th inning, reaching base on the E6. Now to the top of the order, Jacob Rodriguez, the shortstop. He's 0 for 1 today, walked in the first, struck out in the second. Off-speed pitch, way upstairs. 1-0. That breaking ball just barely missing. 2-0. Upstairs, 3-0 to Jacob Rodriguez. know J-Rod has the red light. See if Vice can throw one down the middle. Nope, he doesn't. Misses, and he walks them. That's going to bring up second baseman, Austin Finnegan. Finnegan, all-district first team last year as a junior. Slow walk to the mound. Entire infield comes in. So Finnegan up with runners on first and second. Nobody out. You're down 1-0. You try to bunt both runners over. Maybe try down that third baseline. Forcing the third baseman to come in and field it, so he has to throw it first. Both sides come crashing in. That ball goes into center field, and that's going to allow Joel Rodriguez into third safely. Tigers have almost that exact same defensive play there. Rockwall did not execute it there. And Joel Rodriguez advances up a bag on the E1. Runners on the corners, nobody out. Finney squares around to bunt, pulls it back, slaps it right up the middle off the glove of Vice. The throw to first gets him. Oh boy, wow. What a cannon shown off there by Skylar Bean. But Finnegan is awarded an RBI as Joel Rodriguez comes in to score on the play. That ties the ball game up at 1-1. That's going to bring up Jake Jarvis, the third baseman now. That one gets by the catcher, not far enough though. Jake Jarvis, the MVP of the district, Legacy Sports Network baseball player, baseball MVP, and he hadn't thrown a pitch here in the series. Obviously he's hurting. We don't know the exact details though. That ball inside, and it says it hits him on the elbow, and he'll take his base. Catcher Garrett Moon. Couldn't really tell if he agreed with that or not. He said something to dugout, not really sure. One out in the inning. Jason Helms up to the plate now with runners on first and second. Tie ball game 1-1, top of the fifth inning. Here in game 2. Here's the pitch to Helms. Ripped to first base. And Jarvis thought he caught it. So that's going to be an inning-ending double play. Wow. Helms with the rope to first base. Adams caught it at first, then he bobbled it. Jarvis thought he did catch it, so he was going back to first, and he was just tagged out. Boy. Collins cannot catch a break right now, but they do score one on the RBI by Finnegan. That evens it up 1-1 when we come back, bottom of the fifth, here on the Legacy Sports Network.
The time is now for live video highlights of your school's march to excellence.
News sets up inside of the pitch. High fly to left. It's up. It's deep. And it's going to be gone.
Legacy Sports Network brings you high-quality HD video broadcasted by the best in the business.
Handoff, Adam Taylor lunges to the end zone, touchdown!
This is one of the most exciting things.
With all the runs, hits, scores, and more, we're building a legacy one game at a time.
I appreciate it, Gerald. You guys at Legacy do an unbelievable job.
Join us on pay-per-view or video live streaming your favorite high school and college athletics at legacysportsnetwork.com.
Legacy Sports Network is going to be bringing this presentation to your home.
Center fielder Kendall Coleman is 2 for 2 today with 2 singles. He leads off the bottom of the 5th inning here. Game 2, knotted up now at 1-1. Is this the first pitch to Coleman? That ball is ripped to right field. For a base knock, and Coleman is 3 for 3 here in the ball game. And now the man you do not want to throw to, DH Carson Childers, 6 for 6, 6 RBIs. Squares around to bunt. It goes foul. And 1 the count to Childers. Pitch out. Thought maybe Coleman would take off on that 0-1 count. One ball, 1 strike. Childers squares around to bunt again. Mosky throws it over to first, keeping Coleman close by. That one fouled straight back into the netting. 1-2 for Childers now. Nobody out. Coleman on first. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Too far outside. Huber fires down to first. Coleman dives back in safely. Two-two pitch hit on the ground. Finnegan dives for it, can't get to it. 7 for 7 in the series. Time being called by Coach Griff. He's going to walk out and have another chat with Moskowitz and the entire infield. Over in Region 3, Pearland and Jersey Village were knotted up at 1 game apiece. Game 3, Pearland leads 1-0 through 2 innings. Woodlands does beat Plano West 8-0 the final. There you see that one. Cy Ranch getting swept by Dulles. You see the brackets there for Region 3. So Fort Bend Dulles will face the winner of that Game 3, Jersey Village Pearland. And like I said, Pearland up 1-0 in the 3rd inning. That Pearland team is loaded, especially with pitching. Jersey Village, very solid team as well, but they're a little bit banged up right now, and they're still battling. Garrett Moon, the catcher, squares around to bunt. Nobody out in the inning. Runners on 1st and 2nd. There's the bunt. Tanner has it. He's going to throw it to first base, but nobody's there. Tanner did the right thing, came crashing in, checked third. Coleman was too far down the line. Turned around, nobody to throw to at first base. Bases are loaded, nobody out. Case Adams, the first baseman, is 0 for 2 today. 1 for 5 in the series. Infield is in. Time called. Looks like we have a courtesy runner. I believe that's Trey Ochoa. Number 6 at first base, I believe. Here's the pitch from Moskowitz. Good breaking ball, called a strike. To first baseman Cason Adams. Right fielder Lutzel is on deck. He's 2 for 2. Trying to break this tie are the Jackets here in the bottom of the 5th. Was looking off speed, and Mosky threw him the fastball on the outside. Couldn't catch up to it, 0-2. All 4 infielders are in. Time is called again. Wouldn't expect it to give him anything here on an 0-2 count. Gets a hit right up the middle. It's a line drive, though, and Nick Carney. The throw home gets by the catcher, Huber, and that allows Coleman to score easily from third. Another error. Error on the throw from Carney. Both base, all 3 runners advance up and back. So 2nd and 3rd now with only 1 out. Lutzel at the plate. Takes that pitch too far outside. Ball 1. 2-1 the score. Rockwall leads it. Two and 0. Pitch from Moski. Big cut there. Lutzel wanted a big piece of that one. Comes up empty. Too far outside, 3-1. Lutzel doesn't chase. Three for 6 in the series is Lutzel. Too far outside, ball 4. Up the middle, shortstop and second base, double play depth. On the corners, they're playing in. 1 out, bases loaded. Shortstop, Justin Angel at the plate. He's 0 for 1. Lifts this one into right field. Jason Helms catches it, fires it in. Boy, runner might have been able to make it, but probably too short to risk it. Wasn't deep enough out there in right field. Helms, not exactly the cannon out there. Just not hitting cutoffs. Mental mistakes all over the place for the Tigers. They're still only down by 1 run, though, in this ball game. 2 outs in the inning. Bases loaded. Ground ball to Jake Jarvis. Fires over to first in time for the out. So the unearned run does score, though, and it gives Rockwall the 2-1 lead here in Game 2 when we come back. Top of the 6th inning here on the Legacy Sports Network.
Won't you be good to yourself? And don't you feel like coming home? It'll be like coming home.
Some rooms feel like a fishbowl. But in our Roomy Suites, you can spread out and live a little. With breakfast, dinner, and drinks included, you'll feel right at home.
I'll admit it, I love my car. That's why I'll never take this classic to any place but Bubbles Car Wash. Why should I? Who else is going to take this kind of care of my car besides me? And the way Bubbles handles the detailing, you think they invented it. Go to Bubbles.
Back here on the Legacy Sports Network, Game 2, top of the 6th inning, 2-1 the score. Rockwall leads Game 2. They won Game 1 as well. They're trying to go for the sweep here. Looks like we have a new pitcher on the hill. That is Chris Glover. Glover in the playoffs is 1-0. Has 3 appearances, has thrown 3 1/3 innings, has yet to give up a hit or a run. 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. On the season, Glover 6-0 with a 1.49 ERA. Strike called on the outside part to first baseman Tanner. Glover's thrown 37 2/3 innings. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Glover. Fouled by Tanner. Glover the righty. Off-speed pitch, almost getting that outside corner there. A little looper to the shortstop, and he just mishandles the ball. It's a second error of the ball game by Dustin Angel over there at shortstop. Last inning, the leadoff man got on the same way after the E6, but they could only muster 1 run out of that. See if they can do the same and tie this ball game up, score a couple, and take a lead. Klein Collins has played absolutely terrible baseball, and they're only down by a run. Nick Carney, the center fielder, at the plate. Fouls this one straight back into the netting. 0-1. Vice ends his night with 83 pitches thrown, 5 innings. Two hits, 1 run, it was unearned, 5 walks and 2 strikeouts. That one hits Carney, eats that for the hit by pitch. I believe Nick Carney is the team leader in hit by pitches. He has been hit, that's the 13th time he's been hit on the season. That's the 6th time in the playoffs. Wow. It's going to bring up the DH, Tristan Sanders, 0 for 2 today. Squares around a bunt. Can't put it down. 0-1 the count to Sanders. Nobody out, runners on first and second. Looks like that is a pinch runner out there at second base. James Kuykendall, only a sophomore as well. Tigers team is loaded with underclassmen that start. We'll go over that in a few minutes maybe. Throw over to second. Let's take a look at catcher Jared Huber, only a junior. Shortstop Jacob Rodriguez, only a sophomore. Third baseman Jake Jarvis, only a junior. Left fielder Joel Rodriguez Jr. Right fielder Jason Helms Jr. I'm sorry, Joel, the left fielder, is a sophomore. Squares around to bunt, puts it down. Very good bunt that time. The throw to first is barely in time. Chris Glover does his job. Gets the out at first, and Sanders does his job as well. Moving both base runners up a bag. 1 out, runners on second and third. After the sack bunt. Big spot for the catcher, Jared Huber. Huber's 0 for 1 today with a walk. That's a wild pitch. Bouncing in front of the plate, Kuykendall is going to come in to score. And Carney advances up a bag to third on the wild pitch. Boy, with only 83, I'm not sure why you take Vice out. He had really been throwing well. Here's a pitch from Glover. There's a chopper. Shortstop has it. Nice, easy throw to first. Angel doesn't mess that one up. And gets out number 2. That's going to bring up left fielder Joel Rodriguez now. He's 0 for 2, reached on an error. Struck out in the second. Pitch from Glover. Pop up to right field, down the line. That could be trouble. Nope, that's foul. Hung up there for a long time. 0-1 the count to Joel Rodriguez. Glover shakes off the sign there. Now he's got it. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Glover. Hit straight up in the air. This play should be made by the first baseman Adams, and it is for the third out of the inning. But the damage was done on the Glover wild pitch that allowed Tanner's pinch runner, James Kuykendall, to come in and score, tie this ball game up. When we come back, bottom of the sixth, game 2, all tied at 2 apiece. Rockwall, Klein Collins. Back here to Mumford, game 2, bottom half of the 6th inning. Fastball just missing. I normally called a strike early on in the ball game on that outside corner. That's pitch number 90. 91 now, strike called on the inside part. Starting to get a little bit inconsistent now. 1-1 the count. Too far outside. 2-1 to the leadoff man. That's Brad Barnett. He's 0 for 2 with a walk today. Too far inside. 3-1. Right down the middle. Knee high. Full count to Barnett. Gets a piece of that one and fouls it off down the third base side. Count remains full. 3-2. There's a little tapper back to the hill. Moskowitz has it over to Tanner in time for out number 1. Strike called on the inner part of the plate to Cole Blue. Blues 1 for 3 today, singled in the third, came around to score. Outside part of the plate and too low. 1-1. Inside part of the plate, call a strike. That was pretty far inside. Blue not liking that call that the Blue made. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Takes that down low. 2-2 now. 3-4 spot coming up for the Jackets. Kendall Coleman, Carson Childers, both 3 for 3 today. Swung on and missed there. So that's exactly when you want Coleman and Childers to come up with 2 outs and nobody on. Kendall Coleman, the center fielder, has reached base 6 out of the 7 plate appearances. Takes that one low, 1-0. Outside, 2-0. Three and 0 as he watches that one go low. I throw one down the middle here, and even with a 3-1 count, I probably wouldn't throw a strike. Make Coleman hit your pitch here. Walking him wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. There's a chopper to second baseman, Finnegan. He makes the play at first for the 3rd out of the inning. Well, Moskowitz has battled and given you 6 strong innings for the Tigers. After 6 innings of play here at Mumford, we are all tied at 2 apiece here on the Legacy Sports Network, Game 2 of the Region 2 semifinals. Top of the 7th inning here in Game 2. Round Rock, Klein, Collins tied at 2 apiece. Rockwall, Yellow Jackets trying to sweep the series 2-0. The Tigers just trying to take a lead. And maybe force a Game 3. That ball is ripped to left field. That's going to get over the head of the left fielder. That's Ballou out there, and that's a stand-up double for shortstop Jacob Rodriguez. He just did not see that come off the bat at all. By the time he realized he needed to take steps back, it was well over his head. Second baseman Austin Finnegan now at the plate. Do you play small ball, just go for 1 run and hope you can finish this off in the 7th? We'll see what Coach Carlos decides to do here. Squares round a bunt, pulls it back. Yeah, he wants to play small ball. Not a bad idea. Want to know the count to Finnegan. There's the pitch. Finnegan lays down a beautiful bunt. Oh, just barely goes foul. One and one the count to Finnegan now. Chris Glover now in his 2nd inning. of work. Moskowitz, through those 6 innings, has thrown 106 pitches. Pretty much guarantee, though, he'll be back out there for the 7th. Lays down the bunt. Oh, no. Got a little bit too much air on it, and a great diving play by the third baseman, Barnett, to get the out. That doesn't happen very often for Finnegan. He normally is a terrific bunter. That will bring up Jake Jarvis. Jarvis 0 for 2 today in the hit by pitch. Trying to drive in this go-ahead run in the 7th inning here in game 2. Boy, Jarvis left that elbow out there. He was hoping to get hit. Just barely missing it. That's not illegal, though. You don't have to attempt to get out of the way. You just can't try to get in the way of the ball. That one not in the zone. 2-0 to Jarvis. I believe that hit Jarvis. It had to have, because it was only a 2-0 count. Catcher Moon didn't say too much about it, so I'm sure it actually did hit him. Runners on first and second. Jason Helms at the plate. Big cut there, comes up empty on the outside fastball. 0-1 the count to Helms, and well, Helms is hot. That's giving yourself an opportunity here, that's for sure. The pitch from Glover. Checks the swing. 1-1. Helms fouls that ball. He's 1 for 2 today with a walk and a double, but that out was a line drive shot down that first baseline that actually went off the glove of Adams, the Jacket first baseman. 1-2 the count. Pitch from Glover. Fouled straight back into the netting. Count remains 1-2 for Helms. Glover checking the runner at second. Kicks and delivers home. Right up the middle. Taylor made double play. Can they turn it? No, not in time. But Glover does get the 1-6 fielder's choice. Runners on the corners. You see Coach Payne out there talking to the umpire. Only thing I think of is maybe he thought that Jarvis slid too hard into second. But you kind of see those beads where he did slide, and it's right along the base path, though it wasn't outside the base path at all. It's up to Mikey Tanner. Try to give the Tigers the first lead of the entire series. Two outs, runners on the corner, 7th inning, upstairs, ball 1. Glover did give up that run on the wild pitch, and he's gotten himself into some jams, but worked out of them fairly nicely so far. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Glover. Good breaking ball in there for a strike. 1-1 to Tanner. Tanner's 0 for 2 today with a walk. 0 for 3 last night. Fouls this one back. 1-2 the count. Rockwall hoping they get out of this jam here and then come in and score a walk-off run in the 7th and just take this series. Here's the 1-2 offering from Glover. Hanging off speed pitch. Tanner fouls it back. Chris Glover gets the sign. And another foul straight back. Our Jersey Village just took a lead over Pearland 3-1 in that game 3. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Tanner. Here's the pitch. Fouled again. Tanner is up there battling this at bat. Down low in the dirt, evens it up at 2-2. Glover has now thrown 32 pitches. Shakes the first sign off. Now he's got what he wants. 2-2 offering. Down low, 3-2. Boy, Tanner's done a nice job this at bat. Continued fouling off those 1-2 pitches. Now worked it full to 3-2. Payoff pitch to Tanner. Nope. Fakes the throw it over to third. Coach Carlos wanted a balk call. Thought that he should have had to throw that because of his leg angle. Here's a payoff pitch, fouled off again. What a fight here between Tanner and Glover. In a big spot too. Game 2, Rockwall leads the series 1-0. Game 2 here, top of the 7th, tied at 2 apiece. Men on the corners, full count, 2 outs. Payoff pitch number 2. Strike called. Breaking ball in the outside part of the plate. You see Coach Carlos there not happy at all with the home plate umpire. And you see it right there as a not happy with the officiating and letting them hear about it right there. There's some drama for you. Game 2, bottom of the 7th inning. When we come back, final 3 outs of regulation here in Game 2 at Mumford. Klein, Collins, and Rockwall tied at 2 apiece.
State Farm, this is Jessica.
Hey,
Jessica. Jerry Newman with a policy question.
Jerry, how are you doing?
Fine, I just got a little fender bender.
Oh, Jerry, I'm so sorry.
I would love to help, but remember you dropped us last month.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. It only took 15 minutes to sign up with that new auto insurance company, but it's taken a lot longer to hear back.
Is your car up a pole again?
I miss you, Jessica.
Jerry, are you crying?
No, I bit my tongue.
Get to a better state. State Farm.
Bottom of the 7th, game 2. Lance Moskowitz, 106 pitches thrown, still in the ball game, trying to give his team an opportunity to force extra innings. First pitch inside, ball 1. Dead ball, pops up and hits Childers when he's in the box. 1-1 the count. Strike called. 1-2. Inside, gloved by Jarvis, over to first. Oh, what a play. Both by Jarvis to scoop it up, and then Tanner with the scoop at first. Great play all around, 1 out. Get this, that's the first time that Childers has been retired the entire series. Wow. And that was a hard hit ball by Childers too. Hit by pitch. So Garrett Moon hit by the pitch. Touches first, and now they're going to have the courtesy runner come in. That is number 6. Is it 6? Maybe see if we can get a tight angle in there on the guy at first. I believe that's 6. That's Trey Ochoa. Well, that's 6, all right, for Tanner, but there we go, yeah. That's Ochoa at first. There's the train coming across from center field to right field. One out, bottom of the 7th. Tied at 2 apiece. Ochoa's on first. 1 out. Cason Adams, the first baseman at the plate. He's 0 for 3 today. There's a chopper. Taylor made double play. 4, 6, 3. Got him. Free baseball. It does not get better than this. Postseason free baseball. When we come back, top of the 8th inning here on the Legacy Sports Network.
The time is now for live video highlights of your school's march to excellence.
News sets up inside of the pitch. High fly to left. It's up. It's deep. And it's going to be gone.
Legacy Sports Network brings you high-quality HD video broadcasted by the best in the business.
Handoff, Adam Taylor lunges to the end zone, touchdown.
This is one of the most exciting things.
With all the runs, hits, scores, and more, we're building a legacy one game at a time.
I appreciate it, Gerald. You guys at Legacy do an unbelievable job.
Join us on pay-per-view or video live streaming your favorite high school and college athletics at LegacySportsNetwork.com.
Legacy Sports Network is going to be bringing this presentation to your home.
top of the 8th inning. Glover still on the bump for the Jackets. Tied at two apiece here in game 2. Rockwall leads the series 1-0. Will there be a game 3? Center fielder Nick Carney is going to lead off extra innings. Pitch from Glover, fastball upstairs. Carney can't catch up. 0-1. There's a little pop fly to center field. Coleman should have that easily, and he does for out number 1. That'll bring up the DH, Tristan Sanders. Sanders is 0 for 2 today. Grounded out to the third baseman in the 2nd, hit into the 4-6-3 double play in the 4th, and had a sacrifice bunt in the 6th. Strike called there, 0-1. Catcher Jared Huber is on deck. Glover now working his 3rd inning. 38 pitches. Fouls this one. Down that first base side, 0-2 hole. Glover shakes off the sign. Now he's got it. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Chopper, third baseman Barnett has it. Nice easy throw to first in time for the out. Jared Huber, 0 for 2 today, with 2 ground outs and a walk. Takes that one high and outside, 1-0. Not a bad pitch, just barely missing. Two 2-0 the count to Jared Huber. Top of the 8th inning, tied at 2 apiece. Foul straight back, count moves to 2-1 now. Moskowitz at 112 pitches. You keep him in there in the 8th? You might. That one fouled, out of play as well. Count will move to 2-2. I would expect Moskowitz to come out there and start the 8th, and if he goes 1-2-3, that's great. If he gets into some trouble, maybe have somebody ready. Maybe Austin Boyle's down there, I believe, warming up. I can't see who it is. Someone's down in the bullpen. There's a ground ball to the second baseman. Bean has it over to first for out number 3. So Glover does his job in the 8th inning. Quick 1-2-3 inning. When we come back, the Jackets will have a chance to win it in walk-off fashion in extra innings and win the series as well here on the Legacy Sports Network.
More and more business owners and individuals are discovering the Allegiance Bank Texas difference. A local community bank, Allegiance Bank realizes that every customer is unique and take the time to understand your banking needs. With extraordinary products and services, Allegiance Bank offers the personal treatment you thought went out of style. Experience for yourself the Allegiance Bank Texas difference. Log on to allegiancebanktexas.com. Allegiance Bank Texas, pledging our allegiance to you.
Moskey and Lance Moskowitz going out to throw in the bottom of the 8th inning. Coach Miguel Carlos was indeed kicked out of the ball game. As he stands over there by the bus watching on from beyond left field down that third baseline. 112 pitches for Moskowitz. Bottom of the 8th. Foul ball. Looks like it hit Jared Huber after that foul tip. Umpire walks out there to hand the ball to Moskowitz, giving Huber a couple of seconds to catch his breath. Nick Lutzel watches that pitch in there for a strike. He's in an 0-2 hole. Lutzel's 2 for 2 today with 2 singles and a walk. There's a high chopper. That's going to get in. No, that wasn't a chopper. I thought it was, but he just looped it into left field. Joel Rodriguez thought he came up with a catch, but they say it hit the ground first. So it's a leadoff single for Lutzel. Jarvis comes crashing in. Thinking Angel, the shortstop, is going to bunt him over. Angel's 0 for 2 today with a sacrifice bunt already once today. Here's the pitch. He does square around, lays it down that first base line. Moskowitz gets it and tags him diving down the line. What a play by Lance Moskowitz. Wow. That is 100% effort right there. Runner on second, 1 out. In scoring position for Skylar Bean. Strike called. Oh, and 1 the count. Just barely missing down low on the fastball, evens it up at 1-1. Way outside, 2-1. See if maybe between pitches here we can get a shot at Coach Carlos out there watching. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Moskey. Swung on and missed. 2-2. Standing out there with his family by the bus. I think they've calmed him down now. Rightfully so. Bean does a nice job to just stick the bat out there and get a piece of that one. Two balls, 2 strikes to Bean. There's the pitch. Same thing. Nice job again. Getting the bat out there on that outside pitch just to make contact. Here's the 2-2 offering, way outside, 3-2. Bean kept going for those outside pitches, but laid off of that one there. Full count, payoff pitch, fouled straight back. Payoff pitch number 2, too far outside, ball 4. At this point, it doesn't really matter though, because 1 run wins the game, so that runner doesn't really matter. It's only that runner at second. Coach Griffin now walking out to talk things over with his infield and pitcher. 1 out, runners on first and second. 1 run will win the ball game and the series for Rockwall. Leadoff hitter Brad Barnett. At the plate. He's 0 for 3 today with a walk. Pitch from Moskey. Lifted up in the air, foul. Over there by Coach Carlos. He's blocked over there by the pole now. You can't see him, but that's where he is right there by the left side of the bus. 0-1 the count to Barnett. 1 out, runners on first and second. There's a ground ball, could be a double play. Tanner to J-Rod. Not quite in time. Barnett was hauling down that first base line to avoid the double play. 3-6 fielder's choice, and now runners on the corners. Cole Ballou at the plate. Runner goes. He reaches second on the catcher's indifference. Oh, and 1 the count to Ballou. The pitch from Moskey. Outside. 1-1. There's the 1-1 offering. Lifted up in the air. That's going to be foul. Down that third base side. Actually, pretty close to my car over there. 1-2 the count to Ballou. He's 1 for 4. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Moskowitz. Almost catching that back door, maybe a little bit low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners on second and third. Lutzel's at third. Barnett at first. That ball hit to center field. Carney should have a play on it, and he does. Lance Moskowitz battles through the 8th inning, getting out of a jam. When we come back, the 9th inning. Game 2, tied at 2 apiece still. Rockwall and Klein Collins here on the Legacy Sports Network. Top of the 9th inning here at Mumford. 2-2 the score. Game 2, left fielder Joel Rodriguez leading off the inning. Inside, ball 1. Chris Glover pitching his 4th inning now. Called a strike on the outside part, knee high on the fastball. 1-1. Nearing 50 pitches now for Glover. There's a rip right up the middle. Shortstop should have it. Close play at first. Yep, that got him. Joel diving for it over there, but coming up just short. Good play by the shortstop, Justin Angel. J-Rod now, the shortstop. With 1 out, nobody on. Top of the 9th inning. Ball lifted up in the air, foul and out of play back. Here's the 0-1 from Glover. Hit right to the shortstop. Easy play again for Dustin Angel for out number 2. Second baseman Austin Finnegan now at the plate. Nobody on, 2 outs. Finney slices that one foul, 0-1 the count. Swung on and missed, 0-2. That one fouled back into the netting. Count will remain 0-2 on Austin Finnegan. The 0-2 pitch. Hit right up the middle, right by Glover and into center field. That's a 2-out single for Austin Finnegan. That'll bring up Jake Jarvis. He's 0 for 2 today with 2 hit by pitch. Two outs in the inning. Runner on first. There's the pitch. Jarvis. Mishandled again by the shortstop, Dustin Angel. Four errors on the afternoon by the Yellow Jackets. That will bring up Jason Helms. Helms is 1 for 3 today with a double and a walk. Takes that one out of the zone, 1-0. There's Finney over at second, getting his big lead as usual. Takes that one down low, does Helms, 2-0. Klein Collins has never led in this series. They can force a game 3 though. They can just win this one inning, the 9th. Pitch from Glover, down low in the dirt. Great job by catcher Moon. Garrett Moon to block that ball and prevent it from going all the way to the dugout. Doesn't look like anybody is in the bullpen for the Tigers either. 3-0 the count. Strike called. 3-1. This is what you want right here as a hitter. You can be very picky. It's in your wheelhouse swing. If not, don't. Fouled off by Jason Helms. Full count, 3-2. Glover spins around. Taking a quick peek at Finnegan. Jersey Village now leads 5-1 over Pearland. Wow. That is impressive. That's second place team. The runners are going. Helms pops this one foul back out of play. That was a pitch to hit and he just missed it there. Finnegan is so speedy and has such a big lead at second base. Any kind of base hit will probably score him from second. Glover kicks and delivers. Payoff pitch. Fouled again. A lot of full count foul balls here this afternoon. We've been playing for 2.5 hours. Top of the 9th inning, 2-2, game 2. Rockwall leads this best of 3 series, 1-0. Payoff pitch again from Glover. Kicks, delivers, swung on and missed on the outside pitch. Helms couldn't get it. So Glover works out of a jam again. When we come back, Rockwall will have another opportunity to end this game and series in the bottom of the ninth, tied at 2 apiece here on the Legacy Sports Network.
My kids go everywhere with me, so I won't go anywhere that's not spotless. So when my SUV needs a wash, you'll find me at Bubbles. Not only does Bubbles keep my car looking good, they're committed to making me as comfortable as possible. And that means keeping their lobby as clean as my car.
Up next for Career Day, quarterback Aaron Rodgers.
That State Farm agent said she helps people. What do you do?
I play football.
That's not a job.
Well,
Did you save my dad hundreds with the discount double check?
no, but I was MVP last year.
Mr. Hubble says trophies are for people with self-esteem issues.
Who's Mr. Hubble?
That's Rod Hubble.
No, it is not.
For savings, we're best in class.
Hey, Roger! This got double checked!
Get to a better state. State Farm.
Bottom of the ninth inning. The top hitters for the Jackets coming up: Kendall Coleman, Carson Childers, Garrett Moon. 3, 4, 5. Lance Moskowitz now at 132 pitches. Pitching in the ninth. Trying to get that backdoor call. That certainly doesn't break the record, though. Last year, here on the Legacy Sports Network. I'll tell you about that in a second. Takes that one low, 2-0. Cy Creek and Fort Bend Kempner went 13 innings, and Evan Thomas, I believe, went 12 of them. He was near 160 pitches on that night over at U of H. Dom Taccolini won with a walk-off grand slam. Coleman's walked. Carson Childers. 7 for 8 in the series, but he was retired in his last at-bat in the 7th inning. There's a pitch from Moskowitz. Squares around to bunt. Strike call on the outside. I believe he called a strike. It's kind of hard to tell. Yep, 0-1 the count. Called a strike on the outside part of the plate, even though he pulled it back. Mosking with the 0-1 pitch. He squares around again, pulls it back, trying to get Coleman at first. So long that he just falls forward and he already touches the bag. 0-2 the count to Childers. Because he's been trying to bunt, he puts himself in a bad position here. Austin Boyles is in the bullpen, warming up. Chris Suarez out there as well. Way outside, 1-2. Pull there. There's one other, but I can't tell who it is. Francisco Pena out there throwing as well. Count remains 1-2. High and tight, evens it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Coleman on first, nobody out. Rockwall just needs 1 to win the game in the series. Move on to play the Woodlands in the Region 2 Finals. Fouls that one off. Hitters here in extra innings, man, they really love the dramatic flair here. Fouling tips and with 2 strikes. Two and two the count to Childers. Here's the pitch, way outside, 3-2. Payoff pitch from Moskowitz. No, he throws it over to first. Here's the 3-2. Hit foul hard down that first baseline. Count remains full. Payoff pitch again, upstairs, ball 4. Had him 0-2 and then lost him. Catcher Garrett Moon now at the plate. He is 1 for 2. Had that bunt down the first base line that Tanner fielded and didn't have anybody to throw to. See that Collins side, a lot of nervous faces. Pacing back and forth. Corners are in. First and third. Squares around a bunt, pulls it back. That's going to get into left field. Oh. Coach Payne was sending Coleman the whole way. And then he realized, whoa, Joel Rodriguez just got that ball in a hurry. I better stop him. Would have been thrown out for sure at home. Bases are loaded. Nobody out. Case and Adams, the first baseman at the plate. Coach Griff telling the outfield to come up because if it's a deep fly ball, it doesn't matter anyways. To Tanner. To catcher Huber with the force out. Would have been nice to get the 1-3-1 or the 3-2-3 double play, but they do get the fielder's choice put out of the lead runner at home. Bases are still loaded. We have a pinch runner there. That's the freshman for the Jackets, Nick Kolakechi, the freshman, at third now. Boy, how about that? A freshman at third base for the series winning run in the bottom of the ninth. Trust that kid, don't you? 1 out, bases loaded. Nick Lutzel at the plate. He's 3 for 3, 3 singles and a walk. Infield is in, outfield is in. 1 out, bottom of the ninth. 2-2 the score. There's the pitch. Swung on and missed by Lutzel, strike one. Chopper foul near that Collins dugout down the third baseline. .148 pitches now from Moskowitz. Here's the pitch. That's a deep fly ball. Carney's going to come up with a catch. The throw home is not in time. Game over, series over. Rockwall wins it. They will advance to face the Woodlands Highlanders in the Region 2 Finals. The RBI, sacrifice RBI for Lutzel, wins the ball game. For the Rockwall Yellow Jackets, they are now 33-7 on the season. 9 full innings of play. Lance Moskowitz threw 8 2/3 innings, 150 pitches. Oh, you feel for that senior right there. He gave it his all and then some in this final ball game, and this is what you like to see, both teams winning and losing with class there as they shake hands walking across the diamond. Once again, the final score, the Rockwall Yellow Jackets 3, the Klein Collins Tigers 2 in 9 innings of play here on the Legacy Sports Network. Rockwall will face Woodlands in the Region 2 Finals next weekend. For Josue Suarez, Matt Broussard, I'm Jay Darneal, wishing everybody a terrific afternoon. Good night, good evening, everybody.